G'day and welcome to the episode. I'm Tim James, and in this episode we're not going to look at building the house because we're still under quarantine, lockdown from the coronavirus, so we've had no more building supplies, but instead we're going to look at processing some coconuts, and we're also going to look at a sand sieve that we're using to filter the sand on our block down the front. But before we get to all of that, intro. Week 6 of the coronavirus lockdown, and we still can't do any work on the house, which is a bit of a shame, but we've been able to do a few other projects around the place. Like the boys have just killed a pig. We slaughtered a pig just before the lockdown 6 weeks ago. We're just running a bit low now, so we've just slaughtered another pig. You don't need to see that. If you want to see a pig getting slaughtered, find another YouTube video. I'm not doing that one. But what we are going to look at, because we're not building the house, is we are going to look at in this video processing some coconuts, and also we've been cleaning our block. Our block is mostly sand, but it's also full of coral and plastics. It's never been cleaned. So we've built a sand sieve and we're filtering all of our sand, which we will have a look at. And that will be this episode. Then hopefully next week we go off lockdown, which is supposed to happen in 2 days, and we'll be able to get some materials, which would be great, and get back into building the house. So let's get going with this episode. Okay, let's have a look at processing some coconuts. First thing we've got to do is get the coconuts down from the tree. So I'll try and do this in one shot, see if we can set this up. Let's have a go at this. Pop this down here. That should work. Okay, whoop, that works. Alrighty, got some coconuts. Now we need a sharp stick that's buried in the ground. In this case, an old branch of a really tough tree that I've sharpened to a point. And we use that to tear the husk off these coconuts so we can get inside to the good stuff. Here's how we do that. Okay, so that's the husks removed from the coconuts themselves. The great thing about coconut trees is you can use everything. The leaves, you can see our duck pan is made from the leaves, the fronds, the palm fronds. We can use the whole trunk for building materials. It's not the best wood, but you can use it. And the husks from the coconut, that's one that I just took off then, still green. But when they dry out, they go brown. It's really brittle and light, and it burns very well. It's good firewood. But we've got our 2 coconuts. Now we need to open these up, and then we drain out the water, and then we can choose what we're going to do with the flesh inside. So let's do that now. All we're trying to do here is get a nice even crack all the way around the coconut, so we can open it up, get the milk, like that, and then access the flesh. Alrighty, so we've processed those 2 coconuts. One of them we've scraped out 2 halves, so we've got the flesh all ready to go, shredded. The milk from those coconuts is probably not very good. You really need them to be green, and those ones are starting to go brown. So we could probably drink that, but it'll probably give us a tummy ache as well. So we don't have green coconuts, we're not going to drink that, so we can put that aside. With the rest of them, this my wife's going to use to cook up a nice coconut curry, and these ones we're going to actually cook rice in on a very low coal fire, so it's not too hot, and we'll leave them to cook for probably about 30 minutes. So we'll do that now. Alright, so that's the coconuts processed, well, one of the coconuts processed for my wife to be able to cook a coconut curry. I'll do the other one after this. But we're going to take a quick look at our sand filtering process. As you can see here, our block's got a lot of chunks of rock and coral and old concrete and plastic and a lot of thistles, a lot of seeds that we want to get rid of as well. So we've built that sand filter and we're filtering the sand, and here's how we've done that. And that's a wrap. We've looked at some coconuts, we've looked at some sand. We haven't looked at building houses because we're still under lockdown and we haven't been resupplied. But next week, we're told we will be resupplied, which is great. We've got 2 days left in the lockdown, and after that, hopefully, we can keep going with building the house. If you have enjoyed this episode, please click on the like button. Hitting subscribe will help you find future videos that I post. It'll also help me out too. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.